Hello, everybody. This is Elta Stuff, first episode. Random facts to read on your board because I have nothing else to do. A moose's eye color changes from weather. The eye color of a moose could change from amber in summer to ice blue in winter to help the animal adapt to the climate. Oxford is as old as the Aztec temple. There's evidence of teaching as early as 1096, making it the oldest university in England and second oldest in continuous operation. The most famous of all Aztec temples construction began as early as 1325. It was rebuilt six times, and the final construction wasn't completed until 1497. Despacito is the most viewed video on YouTube. I feel like most of y'all already know this, but with 7.8 billion views and more to come, Despacito is the most viewed video on YouTube ever made. The entire population watched this at some point. Lions roar pretty loud. Sorry, my family's like very loud. Whoa, I didn't. That was a coincidence. A lion can roar 25 times louder than a working lawnmower. And its roar can be heard even from 5 miles away. If you hear it any closer, you better run. This picture's from Brightside. Sundoku to you too. Do you have a habit of buying a ton of books and never end up reading them? Well, now the Japanese have a word for that, and it's called Sundoku. Alice in Wonderland Syndrome, AWS. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is a rare condition that causes temporary episodes of distorted perception and disorientation. They may feel smaller or larger than they actually are. Marge Simpson's hair. The explanation on why Marge Simpson's hair is so unnaturally long is because she was hiding her rabbit ears underneath. The creators of the show were going to do the big reveal in the last episode of season 1, but decided that The Simpsons got too realistic and so kept it as it was. Russia spans 11 time zones. At one end of Russia, it could be 7 in the morning, and at the other, it's 6 in the evening. This picture is way clearer than I intended it to be. Wow. Squid egg. When a squid is giving birth, it dives down to 2,500 meters, lays 2,000 to 3,000 eggs at a time, and carries them around for months. What are synonyms for snow? Do you know any synonyms for snow? The Scottish have 421 for it, some of which include feefle, snowpowder, spitter, fleehin, and blet. Laughter heals all wounds. A study shows that when a group of people laugh together, each person instinctively looks at the person they like the most or feels closest to see if they're laughing as well. Contagious. Not too fast. If a person speaks less but fast, they're most probably hiding something. I hope I'm not talking too fast. I'm not hiding anything, promise. Make a good first impression. According to psychology, when meeting someone for the first time, you only have around 8 seconds to make a powerful first impression. I hope I did. That's enough of me. Kings in cards. The kings in a deck of cards are actually based on real kings. I did not know this. King of Spades, King David. King of Hearts, Charles VII of France. King of Clubs, Alexander the Great. King of Diamonds, Julius Caesar. McDonald's once sold bubblegum flavored broccoli. That's right, they once sold bubblegum flavored broccoli. Keyword once. To encourage kids to eat healthy if it tasted so called better. They also serve spaghetti, but don't get too excited. It's only available in the Philippines. If you had a chance to eat this, would you? I mean, I would. You can rent out an entire country. Forget hotel rooms. For the small price of $70,000, you can rent Liechtenstein for just an evening, though. The Zombie Apocalypse Plan. Oh my god. In 2011, the US Department of Defense released a strategy to combat a zombie apocalypse. While the potential opponents might be fictional, the military took it seriously. In fact, the first line of Complan 888811 states this plan was not actually designed as a joke. Unrhymable. Try to rhyme words with month, orange, purple, and silver. They're said to be unrhymable. I tried for 3 days, couldn't find out anything. My Cat the Mayor. Stubbs, April 12, 1997 to July 21, 2017, was a cat who was the honorary mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska from July 18, 1997 until his death. Every afternoon, Stubbs went to a restaurant and drank water laced with catnip out of a wine glass or margarita glass. It took 20 years to build the pyramids of Giza. Over 1,000 years have passed from the beginning of the Third Dynasty and the conclusion of Pyramid Age. It was claimed to the Greek historian Herodotus that it took 100,000 men 20 years to construct the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. Creature close to immortality. This one's very interesting. Tardigrades, also called water bears, can survive hot temperatures up to 382 degrees Fahrenheit, extreme conditions like boiling water, radiation, the deepest part of the ocean, where pressure is 6 times the regular pressure, 10 days at the orbit of the Earth alongside space radiation and vacuum. It's very ugly. Okay, please, vegan teacher, don't come at me. It's very nice. But you know who else is close to immortality? Cockroaches. They were alive during both the world wars and before dinosaurs were there. They survived the dinosaur extinction. Anyway, almost. Almost is the only English word that has all its letters in alphabetical order. Alaska is an hour away from Russia. While pretty much no one can see Russia from their house in Alaska, if a bridge were connecting the two, it would be just an hour-long drive, in a car that is. Bear with me while I pronounce this, but onychophagia. My family's noisy. Onychophagia is the medical term for nail biting. Up to 33% of children ages 7 to 10 suffer from onychophagia. There is a chance a person's nails will never grow back, so stop biting your nails. Your body has over 35 trillion cells. The human body contains over 35 trillion cells. As I said, Earth has about 7 billion people who all watch Despacito for some reason, which means that there are 5,000 times more cells in one body than there are people on the planet. Jellyfish lack major organs. Jellyfish don't have blood or a heart to pump it. They don't have a brain, just nerves. They don't need lungs either. Their skin is thin enough so the air passes through the skin. So basically the creature breathes to its skin. The mystery of the black swift. Ooh. The black swift is a mysterious bird that lives, eats, and even sleeps in the sky. They don't land for months, correct the moths at a time, which is why so little is known about them. The distance they fly in a lifespan is equivalent to going to the moon 14 times. What, on foot? Purple flags aren't that popular. Purple is a color of royalty, and anyone would expect it to dominate most flags. However, only two national flags have purple on them, Dominica and Nicaragua. Here are the flags. Am I the only one who doesn't see the purple in Nicaragua? Nicaragua, yeah, get those two confused. Facetious. Facetious is the only English word with all vowels in the alphabetical order. If you consider then it's facetiously. It's even written the full fact in one picture. Melanin is what makes eye color darker. Those with high melanin production often end up with darker eye color like brown or black eyes. Those with low melanin get lighter eye color like blue, gray, or green. Blue-eyed individuals lack melanin in the eye completely. Is also Melanin is also was it responsible for skin color, but I don't have a fact for that. That's pretty boring. Say prunes. Before modern technology, people were told to say prunes instead of cheese. This is because one pick would take 8 hours to make, and a cheeky smile would often seem and appear immature and ungrateful. Because only the rich people could afford this. Camera. Saying prunes would keep the mouth closed and not strained. Difference between prunes and cheese. Cotton candy was invented by a dentist. Cotton candy was, ironically, invented by a dentist. In the 1920s, Joseph Lascaux, a dentist from New Orleans, Louisiana, invented a fairy floss, which changed to cotton candy, though it still retains its original name in Australia. The shortest flight ever. The shortest flight ever was just 57 seconds. It was crossing the two Orkney Islands of Scotland. It was on the Scots airline Loganair in 1967 and celebrated its 50-year anniversary in 2017. I think you could drive there if it isn't on water. Lakes of Canada. These are very pretty. Canada is home to more lakes than the rest of the world combined. 563 lakes larger than 100 square kilometers. The Great Lakes straddling the Canada-US boundary contain 18% of the world's fresh lake water. I think the second one is Emerald Lake, yeah. Moose can swim. Moose can dive 20 feet below. That's 3 humans stacked on top of the other. Their antlers are so sensitive they can feel a fly landing on them. Imagine a moose attacks you and then you have to go underwater and they're still charging at you with a huge thing. That's enough moose facts. I'm obsessed with moose. Copper doorknobs disinfect themselves. Copper doorknobs are convenient as they can disinfect themselves fully, correct the spelling, within 20 minutes. The oligodynamic effect damages all bacteria. That's why more buildings are using copper doorknobs. Save the trees, people! Research published in the journal Nature suggests the world is home to more than 3 trillion trees. Humans throughout the history have played a key role in determining the number of living trees. People cut down 15 billion trees each year. The global tree count has fallen by 46% since the beginning of civilization. So, small reminder, people nominated. According to the awards website, the most Grammy nominated people are Quincy Jones and Jay-Z, who received 3 nominations this year with 80 each. Not this year, I don't know how old this the awards website is. Quote marks. Meanwhile, Paul McCartney and Beyonce tie at the second place with 79. I don't know who half these people are. Origin of the croissant. Ooh. Although croissants are associated with France for some reason, they actually originate from Vienna, Austria. This light dough pastry was made during the 1600s. This one's wholesome. Winnie the Pooh phones sick kids to cheer them up. His name is Jim Cummings, and in collaboration with Make-A-Wish Foundation, he phones children to the hospital in the hospital and uses his Pooh voice to cheer them up and make them laugh. One child he spoke to, his name was I don't know, had autism and was non-verbal, but was so thrilled to be on the phone to Pooh that he began to reply and ask questions. This photo you see here on the Winnie the Pooh thing was a GIF. Guess it isn't working. Well, this entire thing you just saw, it was a PowerPoint, and it took me like 3 days to make it. So you better like it, or I'm gonna hunt you down on YouTube. Just kidding, I won't. But all of these were homemade. No, not the broccoli. I didn't make the broccoli. The PowerPoint was made, so That's it. I hope you liked the video. Maybe I'll upload more in the future, but this is my first one. I'll stop recording now because my family is very noisy.